I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome to the first episode, the first show, the first whatever of a Social Justice Minute with Gerald Palmer, MSW. My voice is hoarse because I've been yelling in excitement all day. I hope you like the intro. And you know, we're going to keep growing and keep changing. So if you don't know me, I am pretty much a Renaissance person, right? I say right a lot too. I'm a husband, father, social worker, reverend, musician, somewhat. But within all of that, man, I am a believer and lover of social justice and an advocate addressing social injustice. And so this whole channel is geared towards addressing social justice issue, looking at policy, just unwrapping all of that. And the first one is inclusion. And when I think about inclusion, I thought about, so if you're looking, you see a banner. This is from my church home. And just today, we represented our church at a pre-St. Patrick's Day parade here in beautiful Kansas City, in a suburb of Kansas City area. And our church took part in it for the first time. And our church is a inclusive church, is an affirming and welcoming church for those who are LGBTQ+, for those who have been, maybe shunned or turned away. And our church is not that. And so it was decided that we would take part in this parade. And they were like, hey, can we use your truck? It's like, yeah, you can use the truck. So decorated the truck because this year's theme for the parade was something about rainbows. And so everyone was decked out in their rainbows, and there's a rainbow, whatever thing that is, with different balloons and all of that. And one of the most empowering things was, as of course I was driving, and I was nervous because I didn't want to hit nobody. So I was driving, and as we were waving at people, a few people were like, yes, a church that's welcoming, yes, inclusiveness. And it just touched me really, because when we talk about inclusion is not just having a place at the table, but having the opportunity to maybe sit at the head of the table, maybe take part in what goes on in the discussion at the table. See, it's not just having a different face or a person of a different gender, but even different mindsets. So when I think about inclusion, I think about environments that are allowing people to be healthy, to love, to be their genuine selves. And that's what I got a kick out of today. And we'll talk more about thoughts and ideas on inclusion and acceptance and all of that, because it does matter. I remember my middle child came to us when they were 5 years old, and they were crying because they didn't have a superhero that looked like them. And I thought about how important it was to have something, a pride that looks like you. So of course, the next day we went to the store and bought a superhero that looked like them. I mean, think about it. Now, some people, if everybody looks like you don't have that. You don't have those kind of moments. But when you are one of few that look like you, it makes a difference. And when you're told that you're not good enough or smart enough or pretty enough, or you're too different, it is so good to have places and spaces that accept you. Think about that. Seriously, and how that makes you feel. And that's inclusion. And so join us as we continue to talk about these issues and the power of a voice. Social justice is about finding your voice, right? And that's what we do. So thank you. Peace. Later.